Leadership, 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 success, success, success. Hi, my name is Jonathan Medina. I'm America's #1 youth motivator. I'm your teacher, I'm your coach, I'm your friend, and I'm your teammate. And today we're talking about leadership and success. It's National Gear Up Week, guys. And so I'm so pumped that Miss Keel has invited me to come over and spend my time with Corsicana and Region 12 Gear Up College Career Success. It's National Gear Up Week. Let's go. And so today I want to talk to you guys about how if you stay all the way to the end, I'm going to help you guys, or I'm going to give one of you guys $100. So just stay involved, stay committed, and I'm going to help you guys to earn $100, or at least to one of you guys. Now, normally someone like Miss Keel would introduce me if I was going to your school and we were going and doing a week-long camp, or we were doing some leadership stuff with you guys, or if I just came to speak at your school in a school assembly. Normally Miss Keel would introduce me. She'd say something like, Jonathan has spoken over 1,000 schools nationwide at places such as Harvard, Texas A&M, has worked with NCAA teams. He's been able to reach over 1 million people, and that includes students, that's parents, that's staff. Spoken at, was a Georgetown University football player, was a starter for 2 years. Been featured on ESPN, NBC, ABC, Fox, and TED. Recently just became a best-selling author with my new book, Student Leadership Playbook. And I also broke the record at McDonald's for the most Happy Meals eaten in one day. Go ahead and get in the comments. Write down a comment. Let me know how many you think I ate. It's an unofficial record, so you are not going to find it in official record books. But I want you to take a guess at the number that I ate. And if you have done a great job yourself, put a big number of something that you've done and you've eaten a lot of. But before I was breaking records at McDonald's, before I was a student leader, before I was an author, before I was a college football player, before I went and started speaking and reaching 1 million people nationwide, it all started with a vision. One of my favorite quotes, it says that without a vision, the people perish. And so what I want you guys today is I want you to think about the word vision. I want you to think about your own personal vision. I want you to write it down in the comments. Go in the comments and write down the word vision. And then I want you to write it down on a sheet of paper. And then I want you to write it down in your heart, in your mind, and deep down inside of you. I want the word vision to be all the way deep in there, because without a vision, the students lose. So what I want to do is I want to ask you guys, 2020 had been hyped up as the year of vision. People were saying 2020 vision. 2020 was supposed to be the year of vision, but many people have abandoned their vision. Many people are no longer going after their vision. Many people have quit on their vision. Many people have already erased their vision of 2020. But you have your vision written down in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, written down on a sheet of paper and in the comments. And so that's never going to go away for you. So I want to know what your vision is. What is your vision for this upcoming year? What is your vision for being college ready? What is your vision for being career ready? What is your vision for being successful in life? What is success, being career ready? What does college ready mean for you in 2020? I want you to write that down. And then I want you to imagine. I just want you to imagine what it's going to be like in 2024. Maybe it's 2025. But I think for you all, it's going to be 2024. Imagine what graduation is going to look like. I want you to imagine yourself wearing that cap, wearing the gown. I want you to imagine yourself throwing your cap up in the air. I want you to imagine walking the stage. I want you to imagine your parents in the front row crying. I want you to imagine your parents screaming and yelling. Maybe they're embarrassing you. I want you to imagine how good that's going to feel when you graduate in 2024 and you're college ready. I want you to imagine how good that's going to feel in 2024 when you're career ready. I want you to imagine what it's going to feel like when it's 2024 and you're already successful, you're graduating high school, and then you're going on to the next step. What is that next step for you? What does 2024 look like for you? One of my best friends, he went right to Texas A&M. He went straight from graduating straight into going to college there. I was working all summer, getting ready to go to college, training, preparing to play football. What is your 2024 going to look like? Are you going to go straight to college? Are you going to go straight from graduating and walking the stage to a week later being in class? Are you going to be living in dorms? Are you going to be going to school and just meeting new friends? Are you going out of state? Are you staying in Texas? What is it going to be like for you? And then I want to know, what about your 2030 vision? 2030 vision. What is that going to look like? You've already gone to college. You've already started your career. What does your career look like? What kind of people are you helping? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of income do you have? What kind of house do you live in? What kind of car do you drive? What kind of family do you have? What kind of legacy are you leaving in the future? I want to know about your 2030 vision, 2040 vision, 2050 vision, because all of those things are still going to come. Just like all the people are saying that 2020 needs to be canceled, they're going to pause on 2020. Well, each and every day, a new day still comes, regardless of whether there's a pandemic, regardless of whether we're in school, regardless of whether we're doing everything online. Every single day, the clock keeps on ticking. And so what I want you guys to do is I need for you guys to think about how you're going to overcome. One of my favorite reasons that I love Gear Up, one of the reasons I'll never stop working with Gear Up is because for me, Gear Up changed my life. I'll never forget what it was like to get on a bus in South Texas. I was a Gear Up student myself. 7th grade, getting on a bus, driving to College Station, Texas A&M. I remember we were driving up, and no one in my family had ever gone to college, so no one had told me stories of what college was like. No one had told me what it was like. And I'm watching the trees go by as we're driving in the bus. I'm watching the buildings. We get there. We get off the bus, and I start to envision myself taking classes in college. I start to envision myself being a student. I start to envision living in the dorms. I start to envision going to football games. I start to envision being on the field in college football games. So I started having a vision for going to college. So that's one of my favorite things about Gear Up is early on when I was in 7th grade, it's so important to start early. So Gear Up helped me to have a vision in 7th grade. Gear Up helped me to have a vision that I could go to college. Gear Up helped me to have a vision that I could be career ready. Gear Up helped me have a vision that I could be successful in life. And so I'll always love Gear Up. But then there's a lot of things that you still have to overcome. I had a vision because of Gear Up. I was getting ready because of Gear Up, but I still had to overcome. And so there's a lot of things that we need to overcome. It might be distractions. It might be a bad attitude. It might be not having the motivation to get there every single day. But we still have to overcome in order for us to not just have a vision, but actually get to the vision. I want you guys to have the vision, but then get to the vision. And so we have to overcome. But one of the wonderful things that you will experience being a part of Gear Up is that we are all in this together. That's a quote from Miss Keel. We are all in this together. And so National Gear Up Week, it starts off with there on your campus. Miss Keel and her team, they're in it with you. The people there at your campus, all the people like Principal Fortenberry, Principal Tharp, they're in it together with you. Your classmates are in it together with you. Your family is in it together with you. We are all in this together with you. We all want to celebrate your educational achievements. The Region 12 ESC, that's a whole huge area. There's Gear Up all over the place, and they are in it with you. The National Gear Up, they are in it with you. I'm in it with you. And so I want you to know that you can still have the best year ever, even a pandemic. Just like I said before, we are all in it with you. So you can have the most amazing year still to this day. You can still have a vision and hold on to it. You can still have a vision and continue to push. You can still have a vision and continue to overcome. You can still have a vision and have experience and success being college and career ready, being college and career successful. And so I want all of you guys to have the best year. I want to tell you guys about one year that completely changed my life. I'm so pumped. I told you I was in 7th grade and I have a vision that I'm going to go to college. But I started off in 7th grade when I first played football. I put my shoulder pads helmet on. I looked in the mirror. I'm flexing in front of the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm a stud. But my coach, he looks over to me and he does not have the same reaction. I felt like there's an old movie called Little Giants. I'm flexing in the mirror, but I'm still a wimpy, scrawny kid. I was a bad football player. I was slow. My coach told me I was slow. I was weak. I didn't know where to go. I never played football before, so I was not a good football player. And I wanted to quit in that moment. But my coach told me that I could still get better every single day, so it's not the time to quit. I can get better. The same thing with this upcoming year. We can choose to explore everything as part of National Gear Up Week. Every single day, all the activities that they have for you. You can do something during National Gear Up Week and all the rest of this year. And so I want you to use National Gear Up Week to create that momentum, create that change. Use every single day for you to get closer to your vision of being college successful, getting closer to your vision of being career successful. And so by the time I get to ninth grade, I'm already big, I'm strong, I'm fast. And I become a leader in my school. And so every single day I'm running to the school, and all my friends, I stayed the summer with one of my best friends, and we're, as a pack, a bunch of us, we're running 2 miles every single day to the school. Then we're working out and we're getting pumped and ready for the upcoming year, because we're all determined that we're going to have the best freshman year. One of the days I'm running to the school and I see outside my grandfather's truck, and I'm thinking, oh, I have a special treat today. My grandfather is on the way. And I hadn't seen my grandfather all summer long. I see him and I go into the restaurant. I tell the rest of the guys to continue on. We're right outside the school, right across the street. And I go in and I see my grandfather. I run over to him. I have a big smile on my face, and I love seeing my grandfather because my grandfather loved me. He would always take me out to eat, and then especially because I knew that my grandfather was probably going to give me a little bit of money. My grandfather was one of those guys who would always slip you a 20, and so my grandfather, I'm expecting a little bit of money, and he turns and he sees me and he's surprised, and he says, "Mijo, son, I need to tell you something. Your mom is in jail. And your mom's going to be in jail for a very long time." And in that moment, I felt like everything that I'd been working for, everything that I'd been accomplishing, everything that I had been achieving, just felt like it was all going down. I had worked hard. I had tried to get better. I was trying to do good in school, but it just felt like in that moment, everything was crashing down. And had I quit, I would have never seen all the rest of the good things that I could continue to do. If I had not overcome, I would not have seen all the good things that I was going to do that year. See, that year ended up being an amazing year, even though my mom was in jail. Even though my family, they got split up. When my mom went to jail, my stepdad was already in jail. So all the kids, I'm the oldest of 6, we all got split up. It was very hard. It was very tough. But that year I made a decision that I didn't want to follow the same path as my parents. I wanted to have a new vision for my life. I wanted to continue the vision that I had, and I wanted to have something different from the history of what had gone on in my family. I'm not sure if you come from a family like mine or what your vision is, but I know that no matter what your vision is, no matter what has gone on in the past, no matter what goes on this year, you could still have college success. You could still have career success. Because I continued to overcome, living with my grandfather was very difficult. I had to work in the fields. He was going to retire from being a field laborer, but he didn't get to because he was sacrificing for me. And so I had to go work with him in the evenings after school, out in the hot Texas sun. But I'll tell you right now that all of those things actually helped me to have better character. All of those things help me to be stronger right now. All of those things help me to have a better future, a better destiny. And so I happened to make a decision that year that I was going to overcome. I made a decision that year that I was going to hold on to my vision. I made a decision that year that I had people around me that came together to support me, and I was going to take their support. I was going to use them and have them help me. And I still had an amazing year. It ended up being one of the best years. I was able to overcome and excel academically. I was able to overcome and make a lot of friends. I was able to overcome and have tremendous success as an athlete. I was able to overcome and be successful in life. And so what I want you to do is, no matter what obstacle you're facing, and I'm not trying to make the pandemic seem like it's not something serious. I personally lost my grandmother during the pandemic. I had my brother was in the hospital. My other grandmother was in the hospital. I had a lot of family members that suffered from the pandemic. But I do know that we still have to overcome. I do know that we could still have a vision. I do know that we could still succeed. I do know that you could still prepare yourself to be college ready. I know that you could still prepare yourself to be career ready. I still know that you can be successful. So what I need you to do is I need you to have the most amazing year. We all are in this with you. We all want to celebrate it with you. We all want to do that. So what I want you to do is I want you to earn the $100. I want you to win the $100. What I want you to do is I want, everyone at Corsicana wants to support you. They're in this together with you. Even at the national Gear Up, they are in it with you. Over in Region 12, that's the whole area of Gear Up in that area of Texas, and they are in it with you. I am in it with you. We are all in this together. So what I need you to do is I need you to go, and we want to celebrate with you. We want to see your success. So all next week, I'm going to be posting a bunch of different videos. I'm going to post a lot of these on my own personal Instagram. I'm going to share all across the country about Corsicana and how they are students who are overcoming. And so what I want to do is I want to give away $100, and all you have to do is go over to my Instagram. So if you'll see in the yellow on the bottom, it says @JMedinaSpeaks. I want you to tag me or go on there, comment. All these will be ways of entering. So I'm just going to look at all of them, and then I'm going to pick one of you guys. So tag me. And if you don't know, at ED Partnerships, that's the national Gear Up organization, or they support Gear Up nationally. And so I want you to tag them also. Last year, some of the students that I worked with, they got featured on the national Gear Up Instagram. And I want to remind you of a few things that we talked about today. I want to remind you that you can have a vision, and without a vision, it's going to be a lot harder for you to have success. The quote is, without a vision, the students lose. And remember to write that word vision in your mind, write that word vision in your heart, and write that word vision on a sheet of paper, and write that word vision into the rest of your life. I want you to remember that you can overcome. And so I'm so grateful that Miss Kill would invite me to be a part of your National Gear Up Week, that Miss Kill would invite me to help you and be a part of Corsicana, that Miss Kill would invite me and trust me to be with all of you guys. So I want you guys to know that Gear Up works. I want you guys to know that it's National Gear Up Week. I want you to know that you have an amazing vision and you have wonderful people to support you, and everyone wants you to have success. And I want to thank Mr. Case for having me here also and trusting me, and also want to thank Sheila Anderson over at Region 12 Gear Up for having me come and do this for all of you all. I believe in all of you guys. I hope that I get to see you one day in person, and I absolutely care about you guys. We're all in this together, and remember, without a vision, the students lose. Remember that you are a champion. Remember, you can do it. You can overcome, and don't forget, it's game time.